Hello, this is Elisa from eFace2Face, and I'm going to show you how to escalate to a conference from a direct call. So I'm connecting with my other computer. And this time, instead of clicking the green circle to accept or the red circle to decline, I'm going to accept using the pop-up box, which has a green rectangle. Hello. I'm just muting my feedback before it starts this time. Okay. So what I have right here is a direct call. You can see up in the upper left-hand corner, you see my client, you see my agent video. Hello. On this side, you see my client video. So you can tell who's the agent and who is the client in the situation. And down here on the bottom, you can see that this is a direct call. Now, I'm wanting to change this to a conference. Maybe I have gotten a direct call from someone, and now I want to invite others to it. So I come up here to the Add Party icon, and I click that. And I have two choices. I can invite an agent from the directory, or I can upgrade to the conference. This time I'm going to upgrade to conference. And voila, I have a conference. So what I can do here, if you look over on the side, you can see my different icons. I have a blue star, which indicates that I am the owner of the conference. I have a blue P, which shows me that I am an active presenter. You will see that the clients do not have stars or Ps next to their name. Clients cannot be owners, they cannot be presenters, but they can be editors. So once I'm presenting, I can make myself the editor, I can make my client the editor, another agent the editor as I wish. These icons on this side, if I want to mute my video, I now have a freeze frame of myself at the moment where I clicked that on my other computer. It's just frozen. I'll show you how that looks in just a moment. And I can turn it back on if for some reason I don't want them to see what's happening over here. If I want to mute it, now the call is muted. And that unmutes it. This icon over here, the kick icon, is not active for me because I can't disconnect myself from the conference call that I am the owner of. So on my client here, again, I can make her the editor. I can make pause the video for my client. Now you can see what this looks like. So now on my client video over here, my client's computer shows both video feeds moving at the same rate, but for some reason I want to stop the video feed into the conference. This freezes my client in the last moment where we saw her. And I click here to turn it on again. I have already muted my client because my client is giving me feedback, so I don't want that to happen right now. But if I want to unmute my client, I would click this again, and that would turn off the mute for my client. And when I'm ready to disconnect from a particular party and not end the entire conference call, I would click the X, the kick icon, at the end of the client's name to eliminate the call to this client only. The rest of the conference would stay active, and this client would be disconnected from the call. If I'm ready to end the entire conference, I would use this red icon up here to hang up the entire conference. So our other icons work as well. I'm going to show you how to share using a conference. So if we come to sharing, and I click this, now I can select a window to share. So I click this, and I get to drop down and choose something. Let's see what I'm going to choose right now. I'm going to choose a Word document and click here to start sharing. So this is a manual for the agent application that is now being shared. If I come back to my call information, I can now make my client the editor. So you can't see the client window at this moment in time, but the client window says you are now in control of the document, and the client now has the ability to move around, scroll through the document, whatever it is that might be necessary for your client to have control over. And when you're ready to take control back, you press Control Q, and you get control back there. If I wanted to, I can, in this window, if I'm going to, let me share again. Okay, let me start this again. If I'm going to share that same agent manual here, and now on both computers I'm seeing the exact same thing on the right hand side. I come back to call information, And you can see I'm the presenter. I'm going to make myself the editor. So I'm the editor. Now I can show them what is happening here. What I'm doing on my screen is reflected on their screen as well. And if there were another agent here, I could also make them presenter, and they would be able to share from their computers. Their icon for sharing would then become active. So in order for me to stop the share, I come back to the sharing icon. I click Stop Sharing, and I come back to the conference call as it was before. I'm still, by default, in the sharing window. I can come back here, and I'll be back with the call information. And that is how to create a conference from a direct call, and also how to share within a conference.